In 211 AD, Liu Bei led more than 20,000 men from Jiangling, traveling up the river along the waterway, entering the territory of Yizhou from Yufu to Jiangzhou, and then traveling north along the Yu River to Dianjiang, then transferring to the Fu River, all the way to Fucheng by ships. Liu Zhang, the provincial governor of Yizhou, also came from Chengdu with 30,000 soldiers to greet him. Both of them were very happy to meet each other. Liu Zhang recommended Liu Bei to be the acting Grand Marshal, and doubles as Commandant of Sili. Liu Bei also recommended Liu Zhang to be the acting General of Conquering the West, and double as the provincial governor of Yizhou. The civil officials and generals of Jingzhou and Yizhou also visited each other, and the atmosphere was very cordial. The two armies feasted in Fucheng for more than 100 days, during which Peng Tong, Zhang Song and Fa Jing had advised Liu Bei that he should take chance to kill Liu Zhang, or put him under house arrest, but all of them were rejected by Liu Bei. Liu Bei understood that if he attacked Liu Zhang at this time, he might be able to capture Chengdu by surprise, but using such dirty tactics would also make Liu Bei completely lose the support of the local scholars, especially the eastern provinces faction. Yizhou, in Liu Bei's mind, is not only a piece of territory that must be taken, but also a strategic base that needs to be genuinely supported by the locals and can be operated for a long time, rather than a rear battlefield filled with contradictions, hatred, and destabilizing factors. Liu Zhang was an honest and generous man, giving Liu Bei unreserved trust. He even gave Liu Bei the right to control the troops at Whitewater Pass. The Whitewater Pass is the northern gate of the hinterland of Yizhou, and is also the necessary way to enter Sichuan from Hanzhong and Yinping. After controlling the Whitewater Pass and the Jiangar Pass, the whole land of central Yizhou will be defenseless anymore. Meanwhile, in order to further strengthen Liu Bei's strength, Liu Zhang allocated a few thousand more soldiers to Liu Bei, and Liu Bei's military strength was able to expand to 30,000 men. Together with the 4,000 soldiers from Yizhou brought by Fa Jing, Liu Bei should have 20,000 Jingzhou soldiers and 10,000 Yizhou soldiers under his command, not just in terms of troops, but also in terms of food and military supplies. Liu Zhang is not stingy. Previously, when Fa Jing went to Jingzhou to meet Liu Bei, he brought Liu Bei a huge amount of belongings. For this meeting, Liu Zhang gave Liu Bei another huge amount of military food and supplies, including 12,000 tons of rice, 1,000 chariots, and 1,000 precious war horses. Yizhou, unlike the north, does not produce war horses, so they can only be purchased from Liangzhou and other places at extremely expensive prices. It is believed that in order to raise these 1,000 war horses, Liu Zhang still went through a lot of effort. In addition to the horses, food and chariots, the rest of the gold, silver and silk are countless. Afterwards, they bid farewell to each other. Liu Bei led his army northward with abundant supplies, while Liu Zhang went southward to Chengdu, waiting for the news of Liu Bei's victory over Zhang Lu with great expectation. However, Liu Bei did not cross the barriers to attack Hanzhong, but instead stopped moving at Jiameng Pass. From the beginning of AD 212 to the end of the year, Liu Bei was stationed at Jiameng Pass for a full year. During this period, Liu Bei trained the army, publicized the benevolent government, pacified the people, gained popularity, was very busy, but just did not mention the war. Zhang Lu, who had been vicious before, was also very sensible and restrained. Zhang Lu can be much more shrewd than Liu Zhang. He knows that Liu Bei is not aimed at him, so he simply do not go to mess with Liu Bei. Since Liu Bei's garrison, Zhang Lu has never traveled south. In this year's time, the two forces did not even break out in a fight. At this time, Liu Zhang has no more illusions about Liu Bei. Even a fool also can see what Liu Bei wants to do. But the wolf was introduced to the house by Liu Zhang himself, so how could it willingly leave without being fed? Although Liu Zhang did not say anything, but he already regretted very much. The relationship between the two began to break. In October 212 AD, Liu Bei asked Liu Zhang to go back and rescue Guan Yu and his ally Sun Quan under the pretext that they were being attacked by Cao's army. Liu Zhang is now like sending a god of plague. He can't wait for Liu Bei to go back to wherever he came from. However, Liu Bei asks Liu Zhang to allocate another 10,000 troops to him, and to provide him with sufficient food and supplies. After hearing Liu Bei's request, Liu Zhang cursed angrily in his heart. Sun Quan is your brother-in-law. Guan Yu is your good buddy. What do they have to do with me when they are fighting Cao's army? Why should I give you men and money? However, in order to get rid of Liu Bei, Liu Zhang endured this and promised to send 4,000 more men to Liu Bei, and to provide half of the provisions Liu Bei demanded. Liu Zhang's attitude was clearly, "I've admitted my loss. Please go away." But when Liu Bei's words came out, the meaning changed completely. Liu Bei said to his men, "I have been fighting for Liu Zhang against a strong enemy, worrying about everything. But Liu Zhang is stingy with money and expects us to fight to the death. How can there be such a good thing in the world?" I don't know how Liu Zhang would feel if he heard this. "Where are the strong enemies you have conquered for me? When have you ever fought to the death?" In fact, at this time, the relationship between Liu Bei and Liu Zhang was on the verge of flipping out. And that lewd-looking Zhang Song popped up again at this time, using his own life to make a final contribution to his wise master Liu Bei in his heart. At the end of 212 AD, Liu Bei asked Liu Zhang for more troops, on the grounds that Jingzhou was under attack by Cao's army, and needed to be reinforced. In fact, Liu Bei would not leave at this time. His purpose was to hope that this would provoke Liu Zhang, so that as long as Liu Zhang acted something first, Liu Bei could march to Chengdu under the pretext of self-defense in a dignified manner. But Zhang Song did not know Liu Bei's intention. He hurriedly wrote a letter to his good friend Fa Jing, who followed Liu Bei. The letter said, "Now the great cause is about to succeed. Why do we yet give up?" Unexpectedly, Zhang Song's letter was seen by his brother, Zhang Su, the commandarial governor of Guanghan. Zhang Su was afraid of getting into trouble, so he told it to Liu Zhang. Liu Zhang was furious and immediately executed Zhang Song, and ordered the generals of the northern part of Yizhou to stop sending official documents with Chengdu to Liu Bei. At this time, Peng Tong, the military advisor, said to Liu Bei, "We can select elite troops, travel day and night, then attack Chengdu directly. While Liu Zhang has not had time to prepare for defense, you can settle the matter in one fell swoop. This is the best strategy." Yang Huai and Gao Pei, who guard Whitewater Pass, are both famous generals in Shu. "We can pretend to go back to Jingzhou, lure them to come and pay their respects, then capture and kill them, gather their troops, and march to Chengdu, which is the medium strategy. Retreating to White Emperor Town, mobilizing troops from Jingzhou, and conquering Yizhou step by step is the lower strategy. Now you must make up your mind, without further delay." After considering the matter, Liu Bei decided to follow the medium strategy and ordered Yang Huai and Gao Pei to be summoned into the battalion. Upon their arrival, they were immediately executed by Liu Bei on the spot for treating the guests rudely. After that, Liu Bei left Hua Jun to guard Jiameng Pass, and ordered Huang Zhong and Zhua Ying to lead their troops southward first, while he himself led the rest of his generals straight to Whitewater Pass, annexed Yang Huai and Gao Pei's troops, and held their family members as hostage, forcing them to go southward to attack Liu Zhang. As a frontline fortress to guard against Zhang Lu, Whitewater Pass must have a garrison of at least 10,000. By now Liu Bei's total force had reached more than 40,000 soldiers. Soon he led his main force to join Huang Zhong and pounced all the way to Fuchen. The news of Liu Bei's preemptive strike reached Chengdu. Liu Zhang hurriedly recruited his ministers to discuss countermeasures. One of the officials, Jing Du, said to Liu Zhang, "Liu Bei's lone army has no stable rear base in Yizhou, and thus can only feed on war, so what they are most lacking at the moment is definitely military provisions. I hope you will immediately order to burn all the granaries and crops in the fields around the area of Baxi, and drive the people to the west bank of the Fu River. Our army will build fortifications along the river bank and hold fast. Liu Bei will have nowhere to loot the provisions, and will retreat of his own accord, in less than 100 days, at which time we will strike again, and even capture Liu Bei alive." Soon Liu Bei heard of the plan of Jing Du, who showed great concern and thus asked Fa Zhang's opinion. But Fa Jing replied confidently, "Liu Zhang will not adopt Jing Du's plan, you don't have to worry." Soon news came from Chengdu. Liu Zhang really told his men, "I've only heard of resisting the enemy to protect the people, and never heard of using the method of moving the people to avoid the enemy." Not only was Jing Du's plan not adopted, but he was also removed from his post. At the beginning of 213 AD, Liu Bei captured Fucheng, while Liu Zhang sent Zhang Ren, Wu Yi, Liu Gui, Ling Bao and Dang Xian, a total of 5 troops to fight against Liu Bei, but they were defeated by Liu Bei one by one. Wu Yi led his troops to surrender to Liu Bei, while the remaining 4 retreated to Minju with their remnants. Liu Bei then led the army into Minju. The county magistrate of Minju, Fei Shu, surrendered with the city. Seeing that the group of generals under his command, either surrendered or defeated, were simply incapable of fighting, Liu Zhang began to realize the seriousness of the problem. He could no longer send anyone in a random manner. So Liu Zhang decided to make a big move. He sent 2 ace characters to Minju front line to take charge the war, Li Yan and Fei Guan. Both of them were representatives of the Eastern Province faction. Liu Zhang's hometown is in Jiangxia of Jinzhou, while Li Yan is from Nanyang of Jinzhou. The two are considered half of the same hometown, and before that Li Yan's official position has always been the county magistrate of Chengdu, right by Liu Zhang's side, the standard important subordinate of Liu Zhang. And Fei Guan is also from Jiangxia of Jinzhou. The Fei family of Jiangxia has been in marital union with Liu's family for many generations, and Liu Zhang's mother is the Fei Guan's distant aunt, while Fei Guan himself is Liu Zhang's son-in-law. Liu Zhang's idea is to send these two of his own to the front line, regardless of victory or defeat, to play a role in boosting morale. At least do not surrender without a fight. After all, Liu Bei's troops has been fight more and more. It's really a bit of a shame. So Liu Zhang sent Li Yan and Fei Guan to take full command of all the troops stationed near Minju, and fight with Liu Bei with all their might. But what Liu Zhang never expected was that his most trusted Li Yan and Fei Guan, as soon as they arrived at the front line, led their men to surrender to Liu Bei. When the news came back to Chengdu, Liu Zhang was almost fainted with anger. At this moment, apart from anger, I'm afraid that more than anything else, he was puzzled by the difficulty in releasing his mind. Why is it like this?